Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and today we're going to take a look at, well, the swag of Denver Comic Con 2018. Now, normally I'm running around at panels, I'm running around taking pictures and things, and I don't really bring up a lot of swag, but I spent so much time running around taking pictures that I kind of acquired swag. There was a little bit of time where I did stand in some lines for some free autographs, and I will mention those and show you them. But first, I want to show you what I actually paid for at Denver Comic Con. Everything else I'm going to tell you and show you was free. But first, I paid money for a pin. It's from Night in the Woods, which is like one of my favorite games on the Switch. It's a picture of May, and it says Total Trash Mammal, and it's a pin, and I wore it on the little camera strap that I had on there like multiple days. I originally had attributed it to a different artist on Instagram, but I have the right artist right here. It's from this artist called Dweeb Draws, and here's their social media, right? And you can find them at paperclipcrusades.com. So this was the only bit of swag, that I paid for, and for good reason, because Night in the Woods is a sweet game. So let's pop that out on the side over here. Let's make that go away for a second. Okay, free junk. This is lanyards. This was attached to a door. I don't know why. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna take this. It's on a door. I don't know why. I'm going to take it. These were because I was trying to find a good lanyard for a friend, and I grabbed these. I grabbed like a handful of lanyards, and I forgot to bring them over to the friend. Instead, gave him a different lanyard to use. Anywho, so lanyards. I will probably take these and distribute them amongst my work. This one here I'm totally keeping. I mean, it's got like the little breakaway chain thing on it. It's pretty cool. But yeah, you're like, what? That's kind of lame. Yeah, some of this stuff is kind of lame, and we're going to go through the stuff that's kind of lame before we start getting to stuff that's kind of cool or weird. Okay, one thing you'll also see at a lot of these is stickers and temporary tattoos. So, okay, we got some stuff from Breckenridge Brewery, some weird monster tattoos from, there's like 3 of them. There was some author who had those. This is a sticker for Slam the Next Jam or something like that. If you've watched Diversity in Comics, you know what Slam the Next Jam is. And it's signed. Which I find to be hilarious. Because one, that comic's not bad. Well, it's kind of weird. Got a lot of little tropes. But it's not that bad. But anyways, that's a sticker. Anyways, I also have a couple stickers over here. Say Garfield Groupie. They go under your badge. Which is funny because, like, okay, they work out well if a badge is like this, but most of the badges at Denver Comic Con are like this, so it'd be sticking out like that. So weird. And apparently, Garfield is promoting some kind of online web awareness for children and adults. An Alamo Drafthouse sticker. Some more Alamo Drafthouse. I don't know how many of those I have, but these ones aren't shiny like some of the ones I have. Oh well. Lots and lots of business cards. We'll do a different thing for the business cards to go through those. Here's a sticker that says 4 kids walk into a bank. It has to do with a comic book. Here is something for the, I think the Denver Public Libraries or the Aurora Public Libraries, not sure. This is from Wata or whatnot. It's a sticker. They grade video games. This is for a book called Cyberworld, which is also a soundtrack and also a comic book series. There's another one for that. There's Cyberworld and Denver Moon, which actually sounds kind of neat. And then something for Artovision. Some weird Netflix stickers for Spirit. Writing Free. Some weird Netflix stickers for Trolls. The Beats Goes On. Which, okay, I know my nieces like that, so they might like that. And then there's a one for some, so this is somebody's business card that's also a sticker. It says ricketystitch.com. Okay, let's see. We're still going through some of the stuff it's okay. Like here's some post-it notes that say Wata games on it. They're that game grading company, kind of like CDC or CBC or whatever you want to call it. And here is a thing from Netflix about trolls. I think it's I don't know what it is. I think you tie it on your wrist or something. Okay. Then, the most useful thing of all was this one from this Connections Academy thing. Yeah, we're about 5 minutes in. You're like, man, this stuff is lame. What are you gonna do? Well, it actually gets better. Before it gets better, here is a. This is from it's from Arapaho Libraries. See, look, and it's a 2 gigabyte. 2 gigabytes, not one, not none, 2 gigabytes of space in a zip drive with an amazing amount of plastic trapping it in there so it doesn't escape. Inside here is where I keep all my Russian collusion. Here's a music sampler from CBC 97.3 FM. New music sampler, world class rock. Who's on it? The Record Company, St. Vincent, Michaela Davis, Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats, Manchester Orchestra, Van William, Sylvia Nesso, Danielle Nicole Rye Cooter, for promotional use only, whatever. Okay, then we have, oh goodness gracious, one thing you'll see a lot of is book excerpts. And there's a heck of a lot of those. Okay, first book excerpt from something called Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. Little book inserts of Fable, Book 1, and Lore, Book 2 of the Lore and Prophecy by Lisa Fender. Okay, a book sneak preview of Minecraft: The Crash by Tracy Baptista. Minecraft: The Island by Max Brooks, the author of World War Z. World of Warcraft: Before the Storm by Christy Golden, exclusive sampler. Delray 2018 free sampler. Star Wars and whatever this is. I don't know. Books. Sampler books. But sampler books aren't as good as regular books. But regular books are also not as good as comic books, which they had a few actually. Weird little free stuff. These are not free comic books. They were just there. So here's like, I guess it's from Kaboom. It says Adventure Time Banana Guard Academy is normally $3.99. This is cover A for it. Regular Show. Yeah. This is the second printing of Regular Show from Kaboom Comics 1. And that's $3.99. And then the Regular Show Skip Storyline, cover A and cover B. No, yeah, this is cover B, this is cover A. Same story, same thing, just some extra comic books here. So, we've got that stuff out of the way. Let's really quickly get into weird miscellaneous junk. Not really, but this was something, it was, as Daughters of the Storm, 5 Royal Sisters of the Crown. It's a crown, and they put it in my bag with this thing. They're like, here's a, well, I'll get to a point, the thing that they gave me with those, and it's like, yeah. Oh, also, posters and things. There's a few. There's this really interesting one for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and there is this sweet one for Tom Hardy's Venom, which I'm like, yes? Gotta roll my posters. Roll the posters. I like the posters because, you know, they're good for rolling. Rolling. And rolled posters actually, like, if they're not going to be flat, which actually transporting stuff flat is kind of a pain in the butt. So yeah, rolled posters. Golly, we're not even to the good stuff yet. Sorry. But there's a lot of stuff here. It's kind of weird. Okay, I've got more posters, and these ones are for Lore. Yeah, I like how they look. Like, here, let me... This is a sweet looking poster, and I have a bunch of them in here. I just, you know, it's the World of Lore, which I've never read it, but maybe I should. What do you guys think? It's by the creator of an award-winning podcast by the same name. The guy's name is Aaron Menk. Hey, if it's a podcast, I'll check out the podcast. I mean, I like Welcome to Night Vale, so maybe I'll check out Lore. It's at lorepodcast.com, the World of Lore. I like this idea of story-driven podcasts getting books and stuff. Oh yeah, here's some weird flat posters One for The Dream of a Butterfly, which I guess is a book. Yeah, it's a book, graphic novel book. And I like this artwork. It's pretty cool. Man, so far so kind of lame, right? So let's move the stuff to here. Like I said, that button is awesome. And it's amazing, and that's one of the better things I got at Denver Comic Con. Yay! Because I like it. That game is special to me. Anywho. Oh yeah, and then one more poster for something called Water Snakes by Tony Sandoval. Yep, something. Book. Okay, let's start with the weird free stuff. Oh, before I do that, we get into like some other stuff here. I am going to talk about what I stayed in line for. I have nieces who read comic books, and I was like, you know what? I don't know which one's better, so I got these as neutral. There are a lot of graphic novel artists there. So this first one, this is signed by Gail Gilligan. This one right here is signed by Raina Telgemeier, who wrote Ghosts, Smile, Sisters, and Drama. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the ghost artwork on it. I wish it did. These were from Scholastic. I'm like, oh, these are sweet. Then I have Kazu Kibuishi, who wrote Amulet, which I know my nieces read. And it's cool. It's got his autograph over here. It's got like some stuff he's drawing up there of one of the characters. And then last but not least, this dude named Jeff Smith. I'm not sure who that is. I think he wrote this comic. And I was pretty happy to get this one. That was the one I waited in line I waited like an hour or so in line for that. And I was like, man, I'm just taking pictures of crowd over there. I'm like, you know what? It's worth it. I like it. I like this comic book series. It's good. It's got those stupid rat creatures. Yes, and it's great. It's fantastic. And those are signed. Woohoo! Yay. One more bit of weird, I got a Rubik's Cube of some sort from one of the authors. It's in plastic wrap, so I'm not going to take it out of the plastic wrap. I'm just going to throw it in that pile over there. Oh, speaking of authors, there are a lot of them. There's also a lot of weird things, like Alamo Drafthouse had these. I didn't need this Minions glass. This Minions glass needed me. I'm not sure why. Well, I'll wash it. I know I've got a sister who's into Minions a lot, so who knows. We'll throw it into her house and it'll never be seen again. Clean up your house. Anyways, also got this weird mug from the Aurora Public Library. I will probably take this to work and use it as a coffee mug at work. I have a bunch of coffee mugs at work, mainly because the presence of a Keurig and presence of ever-flowing coffee. So I'll pop that aside. The people who had those monster tattoos had like free monsters the first day, and so I nabbed one. They're like, here, have a monster. And I'm like, thanks. I'll just put them in this cup. Yeah, that's some weird stuff, right? And then like, this thing, it has to do with one of these companies, but what's funny about it is that everyone is walking around with these because of what it is. I was like, oh, it's kind of, it's okay, the fabric's kind of nice. It's a cape. It's a stretchy cape that says Cub House on it. Let me see if this fits. I gotta No, actually it's okay. It fits. But as The Incredibles has taught us, no capes. Well, mostly. I think it's kind of amusing, and it was pretty funny to see so many people walking around with these because people would get them and they'd just put them on. So you'd be seeing people walking around and their kids would put them on, and it was a great little fun thing they did at Denver Comic Con. And that particular thing, you got all these people walking around in these silly little capes, being walking billboards for you. You're genius. Whoever thought that was a good idea is right. It was a good idea. So let's talk about pins. Yeah, there's a bunch. Actually, quite a few. I've got copies of a bunch of pins. I like this one here. It says, let's see what it says over here. It says, Own Your Power. There's a few of these. I'm not sure what book it was promoting. The Expatriates by CorrineO'Flynn.com. I don't know who Kate Daniels is, so this is more quiche to me than anything else. And I'm like, yeah, it's funny. Do I heart Kate Daniels? Yeah. This right here, though, I got a bunch of these because I liked it. It says, Bippity Boppity Booyah. I don't really know what it's for, nor do I care. I think Booyah, and I automatically think of Splatoon. Also, heck yeah, that's pretty funny. Bippity Boppity Booyah. Or something like that. Okay, let's see. We have this one here that says, Till the Farm Boy. It's for, I think a Phasma book or something? No, I don't know. This is one. It's from, who is this author? TalesOfPell.com. It says, Kill the Farm Boy. I did not get a copy of that book, but who knows? Maybe I will at some point. I'll read it at least, or check it out. I signed up for a bunch of mailing lists. Why not? Send me books, people! Send me books. I do read them. Anywho, I don't remember what this is for, but it's kind of cool. It's an interesting emblem. Oh wait, I think it's for the same people who put out, like those Cub Force people. They had a bunch of different ones, and it says like, Roar, Cub House, Lion Force. This is Cub House, sorry. Yeah, Magnetic Collection. Okay, I think they're actually, this is related to that too. I don't know. I found a bunch of these around, like on the, they were hiding in places, and I found a few of them, and I'm keeping them because I like I like Mr. Robot, and I think these are kind of neat. I think somebody made those and was passing those out. This is for some company called Orbit. It says wildly speculative since 2007. It's an author type thing. Here is some trashy pins for a possibly trashy movie. You know it's going to be bad, but it might also be brilliant. Who knows? And that would be Teen Titans Go to the Movies. July 27th. Ooh, yay. All of them are there. Robin, Cyborg, Raven, Star something or other, I forgot, and Beast Boy. I don't know. Teen Titans is a bit of a sore spot with a lot of people. And Teen Titans Go is also a sore spot with a lot of people. That's fine. Here's some things that say Barfly on them. They're related in some way to Alamo Drafthouse. Yay! I thought this was interesting. It says, I Am Providence. And it was one of those books where I'm like, oh, if I'm going to judge a book by its cover, I would pick up this book because that's the cover of the book. It is sweet looking. I don't know. It could not be sweet. Who knows? A lot of those little library places have make your own buttons. That was kind of their gimmick. So I got a couple buttons. There's Flowey from Undertale. And that's a Slytherin house because that's actually where I'm sorted to in Pottermore. So, yeah. Huh! Whatever. Yeah, anyways, the other ones, I liked this one. This was one of those little make your own buttons. And I like it because it said, wait, let me see if I can get this to, there we go. It says Architect. And then there's this one, which I thought was fantastic. If I remember correctly, I don't know what it's from. I don't remember the context of this in the comic book. It had something other on the other side, which was like, some type of action sequence. But I like this one because it says, I thought this was a big secret that only we knew. And I was like, perfect. Anyway, speaking of big secrets that only we knew, I got this from a cosplayer who's cosplaying something from Violet Evergarden, which I have not seen a full episode of yet, but I will. It's upon the Netflix. And I don't want to break up this thing, but there's stuff in here. I don't know what it's for. And I'm going to use this to pry open this edge on camera. And it's going to explode on me, isn't it? Boom! It's all glitter. No! Wait. From the bottom of my heart, I sincerely want to thank you for interacting with me here at Denver Comic Con 2018. I am grateful that you would enjoy our meeting this day. This convention has been a wonderful experience, and this moment will be cherished. I cannot thank you enough. Sincerely, Violet Evergarden. I don't know what the context of this is in the show, but like most cosplayers and stuff from this, I'm sure that's horrifying and heartbreaking. I really appreciate it though. That was kind of nice. I really like that. And it's in character too. She had a bunch of these, and she was all like, "You took my picture. Here, have this." And I was like, "Thank you." And it's awesome. I like all the detail that went into that. That is how you get into cosplay character. I was just impressed by that. That was great. Oh, I got like a DVD from somewhere. I'll check it out. It's about 108. It's 87 minutes of action-packed choreography. It's called The Dragon and the Hawk. I don't know what it is. It is sealed. I will watch it at some point. If it's good, awesome. If it's terrible, awesomer. I don't know. It's a mystery. And these people, Inferno Film Productions, at dragonandthehawk.com, they had this, and I was like, okay, cool. Anyways, let's get into some of the weird... Okay, the big thing up here is all books. Everyone just kept handing me books, so I'm going to talk about the books that I got handed at Denver Comic Con. Starting with this one, Lost Boys by Christina Henry. Lost Boy by Christina Henry. It says, The True Story of Captain Hook. And it's a hook. I was like, hook. I saw the hook first, and I was like, that is awesome. And then the author was there. She's like, hey, do you want one of those? Tell you what, if you take my book and let me sign it for you, you can have that. I'm like, free book? I'm like, oh no, I'm going to be weighed down by books. And I was weighed down by a lot of books. It was like, it was kind of like E3 all over again, where I'm wearing like pounds and pounds of books, which actually this one's not too bad. This is Lost Boy, The True Story of Captain Hook. All children except one grow up. From Christina Henry. I was reading a little bit of it, and I was like, wait, I'm going to sit down and read this properly. Oh, look, she spelled my name right. It says, Peter Lies. Christina Henry. I was like, oh, look, there's the island that becomes Neverland. Yep. Here's the thing it says, once I was young, and young forever and always, until I wasn't. Once I loved a boy called Peter Pan. Peter will tell you this story isn't true, but Peter lies. I loved him. We all loved him, but he lies. For Peter wants to always be that shining sun that we all revolve around. He'll do anything to be that sun. Peter will say I'm a villain, that I wronged him, that I never was his friend. But I told you already, Peter lies. This is what really happened. She was explaining it as like, she also wrote a book called Alice. She's explaining it as kind of like Lord of the Flies, a take on Peter Pan. And I'm like, you know what? Okay. I read a little bit of chapter 1 in one of the lines I had to put down for a little bit, but I'm probably going to read this thing first, maybe, because I don't know, I like the concept. I really liked Wicked, even though the book is a bit of a drag at points, and the musical is better, in a way, for like pacing issues. The book is just so detailed and graphic about things. If this is kind of like from what I can tell here, this isn't like that. This is more action-packed, and I'm like, I am looking forward to reading this. I'll pop that right over there. Another thing, I was like, oh look, it's this is signed by the author, and it's a little comic book preview for a book called The Girl in the Green Silk Gown, which happens to be right here. It's by Shannon McGuire. This is an uncorrected proof. Yay! I love those because there's typos, and they're different from how normal people get the book eventually. And I'm like, ha ha, ha ha ha. This is one's called The Largesse of the Sea Maiden by Dennis Johnson. It's got a lot of acclaim, and it's interesting. It's a bunch of little short stories by this dude. Or dudette? I don't know. I don't know anymore. There's one that's an advanced copy, reading copy from, this will be released in September 2018. It is called Mecha Samurai Empire. They, over at, I think, Tag Cover or Del Rey, one of those, they're like, here, take this. It takes place, in an alternate version of the world where Germany, look at this. It says, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of Japan and to the empire for which it stands, one nation, under the emperor, indivisible, with order and justice for all. Come on, alternate World War II history? Yes! Okay, let me grab another one over here. This looks good. It's a novel by Tamsin Murray called Instructions for a Second-Hand Heart. And I'm like, I don't know. There's stuff in it. It should be interesting. Something called Lightless. And it says, hey, send us your review and get another book free. Sure. It says, book 1 of the Lightless trilogy. I'm going to check that out. It's by C.A. Higgins, and if it's pretty awesome, then awesome. It's something called The Empire of Silence. The Sun Eater, book 1. I'm just like, what? I found this on the floor. And I lifted it up and was like, did anybody lose this? I looked around for a bit. Nobody answered. I just stuck it in my bag. Empire of Silence, The Sun Eater, book 1 by Christopher Ruicchio. I'm hoping it's good. I read through a little bit of the stuff here, and I was like, it was not his war. That's a good paragraph right there. That's a good sentence. I don't know. Oh, I noticed something about this one here, actually. It has a concordance in the back of terminology. And I'm like, oh, hardcore sci-fi. You know I gotta love that. Let's see. Good Girls, a novel by Shalta de Care Ferdin and Sarah Sahagan. I think I picked this one up. No, I didn't pick this one up. Somebody handed it to me with some other books. And I'm like, well, this could be interesting. Okay. It's a first book in a planned series of witty, daring, and feminist first young adult novels. Young adult novels, okay, so, we'll see what it is. This seemed interesting. How Microdosing Made a Mega Difference in My Mood, My Marriage, and My Life by Ayelet Waldman. A really good day. Essentially, this lady is talking about how LSD saved her mind. And I'm like, oh, it's from Denver Public Library. See, look, they handed out free books. That's where I got that one from. And then another one I got free from one of the library book places, A Possibility of Whales by Karen Rivers, author of The Girl in the Well Is Me. Books. The heartfelt story of a girl who, thanks to her friends, her famous single dad, and an unexpected encounter with a whale, learns the true meaning of family. Okay, so, books and things. I think still my favorite bits of swag from this, aside from the books, because there's a lot of books in here, and I am looking forward to digging into these books. Maybe I'll do some book reviews. My favorite thing still kind of stands as being this particular badge from Night in the Woods, which is on the Switch. Oh yeah, and here's a pencil from Aurora Public Library, which is on the Switch, and you should pick it up. And I got this badge from this person right here, and they are awesome, and I am a total trash mammal. And I want to thank you for sitting through all this stuff. I know it's not terribly exciting. You're like, yeah, that's it? Blah. Everyone else has signed pictures of David Tennant. But those are over $100, man. No. But Denver Comic Con was really cool. The swag was actually pretty good. And if you are a fan of books, you should go to it. There's free books, man. That, and I think Dink also has free books and things. That is the thing. So books, glorious books. La 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 la. Anyways, I'm your host, Hope Wesley, the Mile High Mouth. Go ahead and hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and ring that little bell that's been ringing all on off here so that you're notified, possibly, whenever we have a brand new episode here on Area DMG. Until next episode comes out, you are now caught up. Oh, by the way, before we go, what books are your favorite? Have you read any of these books? What do you think of the autograph stuff? Have you read any of those graphic novels? Let me know in the comments below. Just hit those comments. And until the next video, of course, you are now caught up. Again. Okay, one more addendum, and then this video is done. Here's a little bit more from Denver Comic Con that I forgot to mention. 1, there was a lot of water, a lot of free water. 2, this is the thing that I got, which I had signed. It's from Scholastic Graphics. It's collectible cards of Scholastic things like Amulet, Babysitter's Club, Bird and Squirrel, Bone, Cleopatra in Space, which looks awesome. Dogman, Mr. Wolf's Glass, Smile. There's more in here. Keep going through it. Space Dumplings, Sparks, which actually has a funny premise. It's two cats in a dog suit. Sunny Side Up, and then Wings of Fire. And then it mentions, check out these amazing graphic books, Laugh Out Loud, Epic Adventures, Out of This World, and Get Real. The Get Real stuff is interesting because, like, I know for a fact that my niece has read Ghosts because I bought it at a garage sale and was like, yes, you're going to read this. And then I know she's read Amulet, and that's awesome. There's a couple more things I want to talk about. Got a lot of bags. Be a super reader, Denver Public Library. Connections Academy, tuition-free online public school. With a zipper. I'll mess with that in a little bit. See, look, there's a zipper. Yep. And then one more thing, and this is kind of a personal thing for me. There was a person out there making belts and selling belts. And I was like, oh my god, he's probably got a leather punch. So, this is my belt. I've worn this belt for a long time. Around the time when DreamHack was here, I was at this belt level right here, right? And you can see it's a little stretch there. Right now, I had to make some holes for this, here. I went down from about, here to drop 2 belt sizes. This thing doesn't fit really well. I put in a hole punch here, realized, okay, this is not tight enough to hold pants. And then this. I need to buy new pants, that's the thing. Yeah, but I dropped down to this. I went from this to this. I am right now at 205. And I went from 253, yeah, to 205. And I'm right here. And that's actually a good thing for me because, you know, people are like, you sound tired in a lot of your videos. Look at your fat man hands. Of course they're fat man hands. God. Seriously, people. But yeah, that was also kind of a more personal thing from me. I know it's at the end here. And, you know, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and all that stuff. And then comment down below what you think of the books I mentioned. I'm really looking forward to reading through some of those. And I'm going to review a bunch of them. So that's going to be a thing. We're going to do some book reviews. Book review! And I will clap, and they will die. The books will die. I will have killed them. No, I can't do that. I'm not that person. Although I'd love to have that person's subscriber count. Oh, anyways, yeah, that was some more of the stuff that we have here. And, yeah, I think that's it for Denver Comic Con 2018 swag. We'll have lots of videos pertaining to Denver Comic Con, including reviews of the various days, the recap of the event, things I liked, things I didn't like, that type of stuff. And yes, we still have stuff from Rocky Mountain Pinball Showdown, including a video that's like 2.5 hours. No, it's really long. It's a really long video with some luminaries of pinball, and it's sweet, especially if you're into pinball. It's very sweet. And until then, until I put those out, you are now caught up. Again. For the 3rd time, you are now caught up. Video's never ending. Okay, it's going to end.